They said the house on Haverhill Street was beautiful once. Now, it's just silent. Not the peaceful kind of silence. The kind that presses against your chest. The kind that listens back. When Naomi Delgado, a 28-year-old speech therapist, inherited the house from an estranged uncle she barely remembered, she thought it was a blessing. A chance to start over. A quiet neighborhood. No neighbors for miles. She liked that. After everything that had happened in the city, the silence felt like a gift. But that was before the dreams. This started the first night she moved in. A hallway that stretched longer than it should. A door that wouldn't open, no matter how hard she screamed. Except, she wasn't screaming. She couldn't. Each night she'd wake in a cold sweat, mouth open, lungs burning, but not a sound leaving her lips. And then the whispers started. Not from inside her mind. No, these came from the walls. Late at night, when the wind was still and the trees stood frozen like statues, she'd hear them.
Help me!
He took my voice.
Behind the wall.
Naomi tried to ignore it. Maybe it was stress. But she was a professional, trained to recognize vocal dysfunction. And this wasn't that. It got worse. One afternoon, Naomi noticed something strange in the dining room. A long crack in the wall, just behind the old grandfather clock that came with the house. It hadn't been there the day before. She pushed the clock aside and stared. The crack wasn't just a fracture in the wall. It was a seam. Like something was sealed behind it. That night, she woke up unable to breathe. Her throat wasn't just voiceless. It was paralyzed. She stumbled to the mirror, gasping for air, and saw her reflection staring back. But it didn't move when she did. The reflection smiled and screamed. Silent, agonized, endless, endless, endless. Naomi backed away, horrified, clawing at her own throat. The reflection just kept screaming, mouth wide, eyes hollow, skin pulled too tightly over its face. She blacked out. When she woke up, she was lying on the dining room floor. The grandfather clock had toppled over. The wall was broken open. Inside the cavity was a hidden room, dusty, cold, stained. And on the floor, a pile of old cassette tapes. Shaking, Naomi played one. Static, whispers, screams. Then
He's coming. If you hear him, you can't speak. If you speak, you can't scream.
she dropped the tape. Her ears began to ring, and from the hallway behind her she heard footsteps. Heavy, dragging, purposeful. But she couldn't scream. She couldn't even whisper. Only her eyes widened in horror as a tall, eyeless figure emerged from the shadows, mouth sewn shut, holding a rusted tool in one hand, and in the other, a fresh needle and thread. To this day, neighbors say they sometimes see lights flicker inside the house, but no one ever hears a sound, not even a scream.